Well, hello friends. This is Adriana and I'm Colored by Adri. Today I'm bringing you the video everybody wants to see. What did she do in the month of May? Well, here it is. So, not that much happened. A little bit here on my Instagram grew by 65 people that started to follow me. I started at 420 and ended up at 485. My YouTube channel didn't grow as much, started at 406 and ended at 495 with 86 people joining my channel. So that's all I can say. I did quite a few pages, so we're gonna go through them, and not in the order that you see here, also not in the order that I liked it the most, but at the end I'll tell you which one is my favorite. So that is all for my statistics. So let's start with this page. This is the page from our group. I want to do this. From our Fairy Tale World groups hosted by Pauline Art Stuff. And we have quite a few people already in here. I will try to post all the pictures of everybody that did this page. Everyone did both sides of the page that was chosen, but I only did one side. So the picture was illustration was this one. I did start it, this one, but I didn't finish it. As you can see, I have a little bit left to do. I will try to finish it this month. But the page that I finished, and is the one that was chosen, it was this one. And I did it mostly with glitter pens and a white acrylic pen. I really like the way it came out. Her hair kind of shines. I don't know if you can see that in the screen, but it shines. Her tail does too. The water also shines. I use very little color pencil, only for her skin. And this is a page that I was very hesitant of doing because I had never colored a mermaid before, and I did not know how it was going to come out. The skin, I'm not very happy with how the skin came out, but hey, it got done. This one, I actually started this one first because I was thinking this is the one that was chosen, but I was corrected really quick that it wasn't, so I moved on to the next one, and it was a success. I'm happy with it. Like I say, I was very hesitant about doing this page. When it was chosen, I was not that happy, even though I did vote for it, but because I liked the other ones less. So it was my favorite. It was like, I didn't like the other ones as much. So I voted for it. So this is from Fairy Tale Worlds, and I will put here pictures of all the people that contribute to this month's Buddy Color with us, Fairy Tale Worlds Buddy Group. Again, hosted by Pauline Art Stuff. Okay. The next page I did is from Tales from Atlantis. And this is, this is April. Did I show this in April? I don't remember if I showed it in April. I probably did. So, but that's not the one that I did from this page. The one that I did is this page. I did it with Joe Piggy Pens. She did not do this one. We chose a color palette, which I will put in the screen about the one that we picked. Actually, I picked it. And I will also put her picture next to this one. I think it was, let me check. I sometimes write it down in here, so let me check which one was it. Atlantis. I I use Faber-Castell Black Edition for most of the details in her jewelry and beads and stuff. I use ZSCM glitter pens, and I like that the most. I'm not very happy about this skin or even about this dark part right here, but for the most part, this is a good page. Joe's page, in other words, it is amazing. She's, of course, an amazing colorist. She did not go for pencils. She went for alcohol markers, which I don't blame her. She's very good at it. So if you're not following her already, go check her out. She has one video where she colors the page that we body together, and also she is also showing it in her makeup glitter pages. And I was so happy that her page in her rating came out as #1. Hers, not mine, hers. So there it is. So this one is from Tales from Atlantics. The next page is, I'll put this over here. If I need to, we'll refer to it. It's from Chiaki Ida. The book is Dreaming Big, and it's this page. And I call it done, but really I probably need to come in here and do a few more details with maybe a white acrylic pen. But it was a quick page because I really wanted to touch this book again. It's one of my favorite books. It is my nostalgia book. It reminds me of when I got it. There is so many beautiful illustrations that Chiaki Ida has done in here. And I use, let me check, Chiaki Ida. I use Woomers and Neo Color. So for the background, I use Neo Color. And for the girl, the tree, and that was Woomers. I do like the way the trees came out. I did put a little bit of white acrylic pen that you could hardly see, and also added some more like shadow leaves in the back of the tree so it doesn't look that empty. And the girl skin was done with Woomers. She's very pretty, and I can't wait to work on this book again. So that is another one that I did this month. I don't even know, I haven't counted them, but I think it's like almost 30 pages that I did this month. Another page that I did is this one. And this one is an Etsy buy. And it's called Cozy Spaces. I know there is a book, but I don't have the book. I just bought the prints. And it's from Breda Prints from Etsy. And it's called The Little Things. It's a package. And I have the whole package. I haven't colored everything. So I use clear pencils for the most part, and then I went with acrylic pen for the background for this dark green background, and then I also use alcohol markers for some of this stuff. You can see some of the things are alcohol markers. I really love this one. It was the scene feels like it's such a cozy, in fact it's called Cozy Spaces, but it's such a cozy place. It kind of reminds me of me when I sit on the couch. I only needed to add Bruno here, which I didn't do. I should have just make a little drawing of a little dog and add Bruno sitting here, because that's what he does when I'm sitting on the couch coloring. So she's not coloring, she's reading, but it reminds me of, what I do in the evenings with him. I have the list of colors that I use for almost everything, except I don't have the alcohol markers that I use. But I really do like the way it came out. I like the color scheme. It sort of is the color scheme that I have in my own apartment. I do have a green color couch just like this, that color, and a lot of wood just like that type of wood. I actually have a a side table that is made out of a tree trunk. I will probably put a picture of it here so you can see how much I do like it, because it does reflect very much of what my own apartment looks like. I have things like this. So I will put a picture and show you. So that is from Cozy Spaces by Rita Prince from Etsy, The Little Things. The next one that I did is another one for Rita Prince, and this one I do not have the colors that I use. I think it was either polychromos. I think it was polychromos for this part in her dress, but I also use some alcohol markers for the background to make the background like wood, and this kind of like a rug, even though it doesn't have the sense of a rug. I do like it. She's, painting, which reminds me of me when I start doing my paintings. This is a lovely one, and I was thinking when I colored those two that when I finish the other ones, I have some 8x10 frames, and I probably going to hang him in my living room. So that is Cozy Spaces by Rita Prince, The Little Things, and this is the second page that I did. This one had these two have been long-standing whips, like for months. Maybe I think I started this one like in December. No, not in December. It was probably January or February. And this one I started probably around the same time. And I think that's when I got them. I don't remember if I got them then or I got them before. Sometimes I buy stuff and I just keep them in my computer for a long time until I remember, hey, I got that. Let me print it. And then I print it and then I start coloring and I leave it on the side, and then months go by, and then I go back and finally finish it. So that's probably what happened to this one. The next one is this. I also started it a while back, and this one has, I did all these things here. Is this me trying to test the alcohol markers before putting them in here? Because I didn't want to go get up and go find me the swatching for the alcohol markers. But it is mostly alcohol markers. A lot of him is pencils. I forgot to shade all of this with pencils. And then when I had already said it's done, I felt like, I don't want to touch it anymore. I'm going to leave it as is. And I did. My favorite part of this is this little lizard. I think he looks so cute. And then he is cute too. This is one that I really like, and since it's also loose on my part, I might frame it. But if I do, I might go back and shade these tentacles. So this is from R.J. Henson, a good book, also purchased from his website. The next things, I did quite a few on this cozy home, and okay, before I show you, please don't judge me, because I'm not good at alcohol markers, and all I do here is try to learn and have fun, and also cleanse my palette between heavy pages that I color. So heavy meaning very detailed, very heavy in pencil. So one of the pages that I did is this one. And I think I did this one very early on. It doesn't have that much detail. It's pretty much flat coloring, just a little bit of shadow. And I like that. I do like it. It was a refreshing thing. I did not put light inside of this because it's still daylight, so there would not be anything lit in there. But I made this night sky, but I couldn't because there's a sun in there. So, yeah, this is me trying to learn. alcohol markers, and I did enjoy it. It was a palette cleanser. The next one I did, also a palette cleanser, also not very much detail, is this page. It's called Waking Up, and not much as far as me trying new things. I just added these little stars here. And the blanket is not very well done. In fact, there is a lot of streaking. But, you know, again, I was trying to cleanse my palette I probably did this like in an hour while watching TV. So I didn't spend that much time on it. So it was 3 in a row in here. The next one is this. I saw somebody on Instagram do this bubble things with the markers and a colorless blender marker. And I was like, hey, I'm going to try it. This book is anyway to try things out. So I color the scene, but I put the circles. And I did kind of like a marble swirly things in here, trying to add textures. I don't think it came out the best, but I enjoyed it, and it was a learning experience. So I did that one. Then another one that I did is this one. Another thing that I saw on Instagram, it was that picture effect, instant picture effect, where everything else gets grayed out, and then you color the picture itself inside. Of course, that wasn't in there. I added the frame with a ruler, and you know, actually, out of the ones that I did in this book, this is probably my favorite, and I believe that's it, because I've been coloring since I'm coloring this book like from the beginning to the end, because I'm not coloring to color. I'm coloring to cleanse my palette in here and to practice my alcohol marker skills, which they're not very good, but they're getting a little better. So I was actually going to do this one, but I decided to just go ahead and start for the month of May and then leave some of this stuff for June, and that's what I will do. So those the 4 pages that I did on Cozy Home by Bibi Tinta. The next one I did is another one. Is this my only Cocoa While book, Comfy Corner. I think I got it last month, and I did 2 in here. These alcohol markers are staining. Yeah, they're not good. They're cheapy ones. So I also saw something on Instagram on this technique where things get hatched, and I used the ruler, no shading, no nothing, just the ruler, and with the marker just going, you know, lines this way, and then I just color a little bit of this stuff in here and there, and that was it. And then the other one that I did is this one. It's the bat scene where everything got to be messy. Not just the bat scene is messy, but my own alcohol marker technique is very messy. And those the 2 I did. Did I do anything else in here? No, that's the 2 I did. Not extremely bad, but definitely not good. Another one I did is this one, also a purchase from RJ Henson website. I printed it on my own paper. This is about a 230 GSM paper. Did I start it with, no, I think I did the whole thing on alcohol markers. Yeah, the whole thing on alcohol markers. No pencils on top at all. And I enjoyed it. It's not very good, but it's also not bad, and actually one of the best ones I have ever done. Again, I feel all the stuff that I was trying, because I was lazy. I didn't want to go get me a separate piece of paper, so I put it right here. I figure if I put it anywhere, if I frame it or put it anywhere, this is not going to show. And if I put it in a binder, it doesn't really matter. The only one that is going to see it is me. So there it is, still on time. purchased from RJ Handsome website. You know, he has lots of those. I actually own a lot of that stuff from that I had purchased. I'm not gonna purchase anymore for a while because I had so many that I have in color and that I need to print, and I don't think it's right for me to buy any more things to just sit there and not color until I'm done with all of that. I'm not gonna buy any more digital prints. And also, I'm trying not to buy any more books. I got one more book coming that Jeanette, a friend of mine from in my Instagram group, helped me get from Spain. And then I had two books that Sarah Griffin has sent me through the mail. It's a gift. So those are the three books that I'm expecting. And because I think I'm going to make a trip to the United States in either August or September, I'm trying not to spend any money. So here again from RJ Hansel, still on time, done with alcohol markers. I did quite a bit on my Christine Karen books. I only got two, but I'm expecting one more, and that's the one that I said that Sarah Griffin is sending me from the UK. So I work on a couple of things here, and I also base some stuff for next month. So the first one that I worked on here is this one. It's called Dreamy Faye. And she's shiny because once I finish coloring her, I spray this fixes the thing so she shines, and also so it doesn't get damaged if any in case anything happens. I didn't do a background, and I haven't been doing backgrounds on these books because I think they're so beautiful. You know, maybe one time I will do backgrounds, but for now, all these pictures that I'm doing will not have backgrounds because I feel that the work itself is enough. So and that's coming for somebody that loves to do backgrounds. But on this book, I think I'm going to make sure I don't do it. I loved it. It was based with alcohol markers. You can see it here, the shadowing. And I think I was done with the pencils were Woomers. And yeah, I didn't do anything else. Oh, it was a CSCM silver pen. I'm not that happy about what I did with the wings, but they're done already and they don't look bad. But I wish I would have done something different. Anyway, this is one of my favorite pages that I did this month. Even with that detail, is one of my favorites. I think she has such a dreamy face. Those eyes are just gorgeous. Her skin came out stunning. And she's very pink. But because I felt she was a pink fairy, and I just couldn't do her any other way. In my color palette, it was just pinks and purples, and I added just a little bit of touch of blues and yellows and greens just to balance things out. But I love the limited color palette in here. So that's Dreamy Faye from Christine Karen, Wildflower Folk. The next one that I did was this one. And this one is called Little Mermaid. Also a very limited palette. And it seems to me that the month of May was my blue, purple, and pink month. Because if you see it, almost everything I did had some sort of combination of these colors. And it seems like the color palette that I use with Joe Piggy Pens just got so stuck in my head that even without looking at it, I was still following in some way or form. And maybe I can get an unstuck this month because I want to do something different. And yet, I'm already seeing very similar colors in the things that I'm coloring. And I'm only day one of starting to color for the month of June, but the purples and the pinks are starting to come back. So that is that one for, I don't think I have any other. No. So that is the two from Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen. Then I did more. The month of May was really filled with Christine Karen on my live streams. And on Little Folk, I did a couple. And that one is for this month. It's been based already. And so, oh, this is one of my absolute favorites, because let me tell you, when I was putting the base color on this is based with alcohol markers. When I was putting the base colors on this, I was literally, my hand was shaking, because I was like, I don't want to do normal skin colors. I want to do completely out of the box, something completely different. And I felt, hey, I don't know if you guys remember Ferngully. I'm telling you my age by telling you that. But it's a little cartoon show when my kids were little, maybe even before that. And it's a green little man that is called Ferngully. And I thought, I want her to be like that. I want her to be green. So I put green on her body, and I did so much green in here. But then when everything was based with the green alcohol markers, as you can see here, everything is based with the green alcohol markers. I thought, we need to add something that make her come to life. Like if I do all green to her skin, she's gonna look like she's, dead, the Walking Dead. So I decided to do rosy cheeks, and through her body also little parts of her are rosy. I added the yellow dress. I color her dress yellow because yellow and green do go together. And then I added just a little bit of pink to kind of connect the blushing on her face. Also added a little bit of pink on her wings. They're like green and pink. And then her eyes are the ones that I most like. Those are some amazing looking eyes. She has some dreamy eyes, like she's looking right through your soul and telling you beautiful things. This little girl has seen beautiful things in her life, in her short little life. And I just adore her. This is definitely in my top 5 for the month of May. I did, like I said, alcohol markers, and then I use a combination of Woomers, polychromers, and my Castle Arts Spring Edition. So there it is. And I think I do another one in here. Let me check. I think I did. It's here. So this is the next one that I did on this one. I also love, this is one of the last ones that I did in the month of May. And I love her because without even wanting, her skin came out dark. Like she's pinky, but she's dark. You can see. Like she's not a white girl. And I love that because I've never done that. And it was not that I planned it, because I did not plan it. I actually just started putting color on her and just trying to even it out. I put a little bit more here, a little bit darker here. And all of a sudden, she became dark. Also, I sprayed her crown. It is with ZSCM glitter pens. I did base her with alcohol markers, topped it with Woomers, and with Castle Arts, the Spring Edition. I really do love how it came out because she's just so sweet in her sleep, and her little bird, kind of leaning toward her. The roses came out so beautiful. I just love them. So this is another one that it was one of my favorites, without even wanting to, because I was not trying to make her dark skin. And she just did. Her dress, I love how her dress came out. Everything about this, I'm really, really loving. One of my favorites this month, definitely. So those are the two that I did from Little Fall by Christine Care. For my group, Fairy Tales and Folklore, this book that never fails to show up. And I did, and I should have put here it is. And I do like the way she came out. I use neon colors for the background. I use a little bit of neon colors on these three flowers, and also on these flowers, and then I've topped them with pencils. And then the other flowers, it was just plain polychromos. Her skin, it was good. It was done with Wimmers, and everything else is done with polychromos. I really do like the way it came out. And again, you can see my color combination. It's like I never got it out of my system for the whole month. The whole month, I used the same colors that I had picked for Joe at Piggy Pen's Body Color. I never got it. I couldn't get it out of my system. And I still have it in me, and I need to shake it off. Really do. I need to get another color combination and just get it out of my systems, because it's still stuck in there for some reason. But this is for my group, and there was another one that we picked for the group, but I had already done it, so I didn't do it. And so that is all that I did on this book. On Shooting Star, which is an unofficial book that I'm working on, because if you have seen my videos, every month I have at least one page that I work on here, and this month was not different. Did I do one or two? I think I did two on this. Let me see. Okay, so I did this one. Yeah, I did two. And I did this one, and I did it with my Castle Arts Spring Edition set, the 72. And this was done on a video. And I love the softness of the flowers. No background at all, because it really doesn't need it. And it was a really quick page to do. I didn't actually finish it on the video, but I did show the finished page afterwards. And this was my testing page for the pencils. And then I worked on this one just because I wanted to have both sides done. And I used the same color palette that I had used here. And it's just really cute. Really cute. Very simple. I didn't try to do anything complicated other than just, greens on the leaves, brown on the tree, and the houses. Just more of a Tuscan villa type of houses. Just a little bit of color on the flowers, and I call it quits. That's it. No background, no nothing. And I actually love the way it came out. So I use both polychromos and Wimmers on this. One of my absolute favorites for this month, it was done on this page, and it's because my inspiration, and I'll put the picture right there to show you my inspiration, and it was the balconies in Cartagena or in Salento, which are two cities in Colombia. Salento is a small town about 45 minutes from here. That is just a beautiful little town, and is one of the tourist places where people from all over the world show up there. Every weekend, if you go every weekend there, you will find people from Ireland, from China, from Asia, from the United States, from England, from no matter where, you will always find somebody. And it's not just one or two. It's like the town is always full with tourists. And Cartagena, of course, you may have heard of Cartagena. So this is what I did. And I did part of it, I did it on my live stream. And the rest, I did it by myself, offline. And I love how colorful and beautiful this came out. And I don't remember exactly what I used. Let me check. I used Polychromos Wimmers and a white gel pen. And I really loved it. This is, oh, and I also use for the background, I use soft oil pastels, and I use stencils for the bricks because I wasn't like that. I added those bricks. And I just love it. I just love that each window has its own colorful little situation there, and it's just plain beautiful. And when you see and if you Google and search for balconies in Salento or balconies in Cartagena, you'll see how colorful it is and how beautiful it is. And I absolutely loved working on this. This is also in my top 5 for the month of May. I don't think I worked on anything else this month in here. No, I didn't. But this is a book that definitely will show up again in months to come. Another book that I worked on, it was Lulu's House of Wonder. And this was started on a live stream. And yeah. And then I finished it on my own. I do like the way it came out. It's, very bright colors. I love how the sunflowers came out. I used the yellows and pinks and fuchsias and greens and you name it. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. This is a book that I started with just pencils, but then as I went on, I was kind of getting tired because the pencils was not the best for me. I decided to use, and I kind of ruined this one. I need to start putting something here in between the pages when I am finished with a page, because I did put a protector, but then after that I took it and off and it just ruined the page. I might be able to fix it when I come to color this page. But this is a good one for my hashtag Junebug coloring. So yes, this is my very first book from Lulu Mayo. I did get another one that was secondhand, and it arrived last week, and I haven't actually showed it because I don't have enough to show a haul. I haven't ordered anything lately, so I might do a haul when I get my books from Sarah Griffin, and then my book that Janet sent me. Then I might do a little haul of those books and then add the other one for Lulu Mayo. But that book, it was not in as good condition that it claimed to be. Only a few pages were colored, but they're terribly colored. I'm sorry. I don't want to judge, but I do judge in this case because they are not even between the lines. Nothing has been ever coordinated in there. And it's pages that I definitely cannot fix. But I decided to keep it because it's only 2 or 3 pages. If it was more, then I probably would have decided to send it back. But I'm keeping it. So I believe this one was also a used book, and yet it's in a very good condition. So this is from Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo. And then I did my last but not least is a few pages that I did on this one. It's called Fantasy World Coloring Book. This I did a video of one of the pages, and you'll see. So the first one that I did was the cover page, and this is also on my top 5, which I'm probably around 4, maybe even 5 already on my top 5. And so this is one of my favorite pages for this month. Here, I did it right as the month of May started. My head was very much into the color palette that I had picked for Joe, and it went into this, and then I carried it on through the whole month. You already saw that. But I do love it. It is a dark palette. I love how every little detail is so well coordinated in here. I did acrylic pens for the background, and I use a black Faber-Castell black edition for everything. I use a stencil to do my name in here, my channel name, not my name, my channel name in there. And I really love how it looks, which now I'm going to be adding to, if I can, if it has big enough space, I will add my channel name to every page that this page belongs to. If I have enough space, I will do that. I use a black marker for the name tag. So that is one. I started on this one and I haven't finished. So this is one of my whips. And then this one was started on one of my lives, and that's when I was testing pencils. But then after that, I went with Faber-Castell's, top almost everything that I had started with other pencils and finished it with Faber-Castell's. Faber-Castell Black Edition, not polychromos. And then I did the background with pan pastels, and yeah, I do like it. I do really like the effect it gave. And then also the skin on each girl was done with different pencils. I think it was once with Prismacolors, the other one with Wimmers, and the other one with polychromos. But afterwards, I topped it with Wimmers. So now it looks more even. I also sprayed this page, so that's why it kind of shines a little bit. And it is because of the pan pastels. They were kind of coming off, and I didn't want it to damage or get rid of the pan pastels that was already in the paper by just looking at it, and eventually it will all fall off and leave the residues in my hand. So I didn't want to do that. So that's why I sprayed it. So that is the second one that I worked on. The next one I worked on is this one. This was a video on my channel where I did quadrants. I separated in 4 parts, and then I did, let me see how I did it. I know it was, one was wax, one's what, let me see if I can remember. I don't remember. You just had to watch the video because my memory is bad. I know that I use Shafiro Farben, which was this one. I used Suit Color, which was this one, and I hated it. I hated it. And I don't remember what these two were. But if you could see, I mean, I sprayed this, but you could see the strokes show and the build of wax shows. And it was an experiment that took me over a week to color. And then editing the video and showing it in the channel. It was, quite an experiment. I did the background with acrylic markers, did two different tones, one here and one here, and that's why it looks like it's lighter in the center and darker in the sides. I wouldn't do this again, and I do like the results, but if you look closely, it's not that good. I mean, it looks good on the screen, but it's not that good, really. You still see some white on the tooth of the paper. It's not that good, but it was worth it because we learned so much. If you still trying to figure out this book, go watch that video. I'll put it linked on my description, because that video really taught me so much. And I believe that's it, because this is the page that I'm not going to show, because I did it in the month of June, but it is for Joe's collaboration, Joe Piggy Pens, and that is all. Oh, I started another one, and I haven't finished it. It's another one of my webs, and this was trying a background in pink and creamy kind of shades for my page here, and that's what I was trying to do. So this page is perfect for this month, June bug coloring, which I'm probably going to finish. So this is one of my webs, and let me see. So let me show you the other couple of whips that I have here. And so the other whip that I have is this one. I started it at the very end of the month. I knew I wasn't going to be finishing it. This one is a freebie from Sophie Berthlid. It was a freebie last Friday. It's no longer a freebie. I catched it right at the right time, because I think it was just a few hours later she no longer had it available. And the other one that I have as a whip is this one from the postcard. You also saw it on my live stream on Sunday, and also on another video that I did about how to do the hashtag Junebug coloring. So I was coloring on this one while I was given ideas. So those are my webs, together with the one that I already showed you, the mermaid that I didn't finish. And so that is all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that in the month of May, everything you color is amazing, because you deserve that. And let's talk again pretty soon. And not really have any plans for videos right now, because I'm out of ideas, but I'm trying to find more ideas for more videos. But in the meantime, I'll have a live stream. My Wednesdays, hump day live stream Wednesdays is Wednesday, of course, at 2 p.m. and my Sunday Fun Day live stream on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. All of this Central Time, USA. So we'll talk again. Have fun. We'll see each other again later. Bye.